Hey, everybody. I'm Wa.
And I'm Chris. And welcome to Docu Sweeties.
We are two longtime friends who've lost our memories, and we're just here trying to recap some reality TV and docu-series to you. So just sit right back and listen in.
Yes, but through whatever kind of lens, which is what it is it to get it's forgetful and southern. That's what we're doing. But at the end of the day, hopefully mildly sweet.
Yeah. All right, so we're talking Love During Lockup, Season 5, Episode 29, Rescue Me from the Castle.
Rescue me from the
Hey.
castle. This is like very Zelda. This is like very like Princess Peach and like Mario. This is like, this is all like the King Arthur kind of bullshit or whatever. I'm not quite sure. This is Tristan and Isolde.
Rapunzel.
Yeah.
Wait, is this
Sleeping
Candace?
Beauty.
Is this
Yes.
Candace being rescued
Yes.
from?
No, I'm so sorry. This is not Candace. No, it's Sam. It's Sam and Rick.
Oh,
It's Samantha. Samantha said in her letter or her text, like, it's like a fairy tale. You're gonna come rescue me from the castle, and the castle was jail.
okay, that is bad. She did it wrong. You rescue me from the dungeon. The dungeon.
Oh, you're
First,
right.
you got to get past the moat.
I love them. I loved them. They're so well. She is wild. She is
Scamming ass wild lady.
I wonder what she thinks. Like, wait, can we start with them?
Yeah.
So obviously the season started with him going back and forth and showing us all the biddies that he could possibly be with, and they all have known each other since fetuses. They're all so old now. And he's like, but I picked Sam, and Sam has, God bless, gone through multiple DUIs, and the fact she just kept getting a DUI on top of DUI on a probation of a DUI. And like her friend, I read her report, like after the fourth one, that's why she got 10 years, is because she left her home to go get more booze, and her like roommate called and told the police, like, hey bitch, just so you know, you can pick her up at the liquor store. And they go and pick her up, and she's like drinking in her car. And so like when she gets out, she obviously is drunk, and that's what made her go away. Anyway, here she is now. He, by the way, I'm not saying he's better, but he's just definitely not in jail right now. He also admits to having a problem with alcohol. Seems like the entire town does. He also has like something with his eyes. They're always darting around. He can't make a lot of eye contact, kind of always looking sleepy. You do your own math. But he's hanging out with his friend Ricardo. And, Ricardo and him is like, Ricardo is his like friend / Uber driver, I guess. It's like their main thing / like buddy. I don't know, but he's like a driver buddy driver.
The best part about it is that Rick and her go get married, and then when he gets out, Ricardo has dressed the entire car as though it's some kind of 1950s moment of the bride and groom leaving the church, and he has gotten like cans attached to the bumper of the car.
Yes.
But it's him and Rick in the car, not the actual two married people. So now they're driving around in a car that says just married, making noise with the little things as they go down the street. And only one of them is just married. So they look like a really funny, like, gay couple.
Just absolute fun. Happy Pride month.
Happy Pride.
But in this, it's so funny. So they don't get to have a conjugal visit, as you said. And she lets it be known that this whole thing has been like a fairy tale, like we said. Like in her texts, she just would be like, I can't believe this happened, and we're together, and I just can't wait for us to be together. It's just so romantic. You are a prince that's going to come rescue me, your princess, from the castle, not the dungeon, which you're right, it would be better and make more sense because she's in jail or whatever this halfway house is. She has great hair as well. So like if you take that into account, it becomes like very like on brand for this, She has great hair in the way that girl from UK
Rapunzel?
has great hair. And Rapunzel.
How
90 Day Fiance UK. Yes, yeah. Great long blonde hair. For them, for blonde hair, it's hard to have it. It looks healthy, and she's older. So basically from that moment, and the moment is a joyful moment of both men driving off together, suddenly it jumps ahead like weeks, and there's like it's like 6 weeks since it happened, but in that 6 week jump, they do a montage of like 4 fifth week, and all those are just like snapped shots of him having phone calls with her where she's like angry with him, or she's asking him a question he doesn't want to talk, and he's like, it has not been a good 6 weeks, like with just things have fallen apart. And what it seems to be is that, and this is weird, its ugly head, is that he is financially insecure, and what he didn't do is like ask her any important questions like what she's going to do with her finances, because it seems like she's like, oh, I'm just going to move in with you, I won't incur any, I'm just going to live very frugally, and I'm going to give to the household by my book and my jewelry line. Sam,
Yeah.
spiritual advisor management,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, spiritual advisor madam, like whatever
Mm-hmm.
she said, and I think he's like, wait, I just hear take from me and not give anything. Like he's just like, I'm gonna have to feed two mouths, you're gonna have to want things, you're just not gonna bring any money, I don't have that. I think that he is that what it is, and he's like, I want to be able to like have that money for other things like opiates or whatever. Like what's happening
I
allegedly.
Yeah, I think he just is worried now because she's so expensive. She wants things now in prison, and he's like, I can only imagine what it is that you're gonna want when you get out. And she's like, I cannot get a job. Like, no. I mean, the truth is, like, where's she gonna work that doesn't have liquor? I mean, I can only imagine she's working at the gas station. Lots of liquor there. So in order for her to
A
like in her
car wash.
oh yeah, you're right. In her sobriety, like she just thinks that she's just going to make all this money doing other stuff. She is so hilariously delusional that I wish we actually got more of her and less of him. But she's an abuser. She's like Angela Dean in that. To me, she was like an abuser because she's very manipulative. This is her fifth marriage, and this is his third. So you would think that by now they would both, at least one of them would both understand. Like, I mean, she does, right? She's really good at manipulating, but like he doesn't understand like what's happening, and so he's been talking to the other biddies who are not in jail and who are seemingly doing well. And
One
so
calls while he's on the phone with the other girl, and her emoji is like of this brown haired emoji, but it's blonde haired Sandy, one of
yeah.
the drunk blondies that like can't wait to spend the
Mm-hmm.
rest of their lives with him too. Like, how is this guy the guy?
Well, I mean, if you stayed around in your small town and he's like the hot guy, like, and everybody drinks, so like, what the hell? Um,
You know
and
what?
he's
Okay,
got a
okay.
good old pension. You know what I mean? He's not in jail or like in a trailer, so I think he's might be a step up from maybe some of the other people that he's roaming, that are roaming their town. So
I wonder how much the pension is.
yeah, me too. I
Do you think
wonder about
it's,
pensions in general, just because
me
our
too.
generation doesn't get them. So my dad has my dad and my dad has two pensions, and I'm not gonna get shit. So that's fun.
Huh. I'm happy
Um,
for
yeah, happy for him too. But yeah, so this is just like a weird situation with these two seasoned individuals who are making just the dumbest choices.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll see what happens, but they might break up before they even got together, which
Yeah.
is sad. But like
Well,
Sam does not get it. Sam makes it seem like Rick is the one that's like freaking the fuck out, and Rick makes it seem like Sam is so delusional and Dreamyland doesn't know how life works. But at the same time, yeah.
but like if they get a divorce, doesn't she get half? Like that's what I'm saying. Like he would have to get it annulled, or he needs to do it quick stat, because she would then be entitled to some of his pension, I think. And he already has one wife taking his pension. So it's crazy. All right. Speaking of people making good decisions or bad decisions, let's move on to Joey and Michael. So we've got Joey on the phone driving, and he's telling Michael, hey, I'm gonna go meet your mom, what's up? And you can already tell that Joey's like not interested in talking to Michael at this point. So it's interesting that he's going to go meet Michael's mom.
I
And
know.
so as he's there, he's like, in his confessionals, he's like, it's just crazy. I'm like thinking about it, everything that's going on with my mom, and here I am waiting for some bum to get out of prison. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why am I doing that? Like, it's, I feel dumb that I love a convict who can't get life right.
I mean, I wonder, I told you, I think it's like something to, once he had that dinner with all his family and his dad and everything like that, like it was too hard to face the situation knowing he had to sit in front of all those people. Like, I think that there was a breakdown after that because, yeah, this conversation happens also after the fact that he didn't have a FaceTime that he usually has with Michael, but he was like, well, the good news is I really don't have to have that FaceTime. I can use the fact that I'm going to visit his mom. And then, yeah, like, meeting Michael's mom and Michael look alike. Michael, of course, that's the stepdad, so they don't look alike. But Michael's mom and Michael look alike. You know what I'm saying? I thought the eyes were somewhat similar.
I couldn't tell. But also I could
Oh,
tell that she was Latina, Miss
yes.
Norma. And I was like, "Oh, okay, he's half, you know." And then we see like a bunch of mugshots of Michael throughout the years and I was like, "Okay, that he glowed up because them earlier pictures ugly." Like I wasn't into him those early. That teenage face, that 20s face, I mean, and 18 years he's just been in and out of prison.
Yeah, he's really handsome and just that grip got him. Yeah, Joey's like drives away and he's like, I just, I think about it's like the weekends when I'm driving away from work. It's a Friday. I want to go see a movie with my boo. I want to go have dinner and try the new sushi place with my bae, and I
Yeah,
don't.
and I'm like, what's stopping you from going? Like, I go by myself to all these things all the time, having a fabulous time. But the truth is, if I didn't go and I was waiting around for a partner to go with me, I would never go anywhere. And I made that decision about myself a long time ago. You got to get away from that demon of needing somebody to go with you. I don't even like to go to the bathroom with people. Like when we were like, oh, let's get a man together. Like, I run away from going to the bathroom with my girlfriends because I don't want to go anywhere with anybody. So like, it's
Oh,
pretty
I just
bad.
love bathroom time. I just love girly bathroom time. It makes me so happy. That's the feminine time. It's the safe spot. That's where you power up. I feel like, yeah, with Joey, I always thought that Joey should just live his life, like go out, be single, do him, and if he like goes and meets someone, great. Because he always made it seem like Michael was some end all be all because either he was hot or because he turned him out or because they know each other for a long time. But it's like you can definitely meet someone who's like hot and will turn you out and like doesn't do massive amount of drugs and is around all the time. Like I think that the thing is it's not so much that he is in prison, although that is a huge thing. It's just that they've done so much drugs together and Joey could die. So that's what I feel like is huge.
What is your definition of turning out?
Kind of dominantly exploring and someone's boundaries and horizons and maybe in presents them in seeing sex and sexual encounters in a new way.
Oh, I googled it because to turn
I'm glad to know. Okay, what
okay
does
to
it
turn
mean?
okay because I thought
I'm dead. I'm
I
dead.
thought I
I'm
was
dead.
crazy. To turn somebody out means that you convince them to be a prostitute.
Okay, I also thought it could be that.
Yeah, it's definitely that. It's not could be. It
Okay,
is. So
but
when someone turns you out, they pimp you. They are like getting
my
you
bad,
to
my
they're
bad, my bad,
convincing
my
you.
bad, my
Okay,
bad.
great, great. I just was
My
like,
bad, bad.
let
My
me
bad,
just
my bad. I thought it meant, yeah, I told you what I thought it meant.
or it like to coerce a heterosexual individual to perform a homosexual role. That's another way of turning somebody out. So when I think of turning somebody out, if we're going to make it something that's less specific, I think about you turning somebody into a different type of sexual being than they were before.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's hang on to that one. I'm okay with that. Okay, great. So yeah, like I think
Yes.
that Joey could just find somebody. I'm still stuck on the fact in episode 1 when Joey was like, "Yeah, I was just like pretending to not be gay," and I'm like, "How could anyone not mistake you for a homosexual man? Like you look." He's so obviously a bottom that I just can't imagine him tricking anyone or him like being in the closet at all. Okay, let's move on to Handy and Candace because it has a happy ending.
Well,
So Handy the second and Candace. Now, did you realize that Andrew was 40 years old and Candace was 29?
no, because they look like they switched ages. He looks
Yeah.
29, she looks 40.
Yeah. So he's taking her to go register as a felon, and she's like, Andy knows that I have anxiety, but he hasn't seen it. Now, the way that she consistently and constantly says she has anxiety just makes me want to go, well, then go get some medication. Like, get some medication. Those of us who are diligently taking our Lexapro and like are looking at you like, girl, there's help for that. But the thing is, though, it's not like she does have anxiety, because she's a big fat faker and she's unable to fake it outside of prison. So that's what's going on.
Yes.
And so she doesn't like it that he's constantly reaching out to touch her and show affection. And she's like, they go to eat, and she's like, all I want to do is go eat and then go to wellness care. So they go to eat at this Mexican restaurant in which he doesn't eat anything on his plate, and made not a morsel.
He obviously got enchiladas, like beans on the side, like maybe some rice, and she got something. She ate everything, and he could not touch it because the entire time he's like,
love me.
Yeah, but you still love me, right? Like, we're still gonna be together, right? Like, and you're saying that you need your own time, you need your space, and here's the thing: I'm gonna be with you as I do that. We're gonna be together as I give you space, but we're still together, and you still love me, right?
Love me. And she's like, and she's like, I'm trying to explain to him that I don't want to feel obligated to him because he's bought me all this stuff and he's done a lot to get me settled, but I don't want to feel obligated to love him or to be with him at all. Even though I just said a day and a half ago that I would marry him. A day and a half ago.
Yes.
That I would marry him. And so she's like, I just need to be alone and I need to have my space. And he's like, it's just because you don't know what a healthy relationship is. Mm-hmm. And I want to show you what that looks like. You're used to men like yelling and getting mad and walking away, but I'm not going to do that because I'm $40,000 deep. And I have opened up my 401k for you.
Yeah.
So I'm not going nowhere.
I have a child I'm basically ignoring for you and giving all of that child's like college fund to you and renting you this truck right now and got you all of this furniture. I have a child. Remember that?
He has a child? No, I didn't remember that at all.
Yeah, because he pays child support.
Wow.
When he went to the woman that did all his like finances, he's like $400 in child support a month.
Wow. There's a little bit of stigma for me. I realize it just in this moment. Whenever I hear somebody's having to pay child support, I think to myself, oh, it's because you don't give enough on your own. Like on your own, you cannot be beholden to take, and trusted to take care of your child. And then I think it's interesting when people pay child support, but then physically don't want to see their kids. And I'm like, I don't understand what you don't get about being a parent. But okay, anyway, so she's all of a sudden nervous now about her PO and nervous that she should have went straight to wellness care. And he's like, we could have done that, but you said you wanted to eat. In my mind, he didn't say that, but that was the look was on his face. So they pull up. She's like, I need to have a cigarette before I go in there. And they get outside and she starts to smoke her cigarette. And she's just like, I can't do this with you. And he's like, again, do you love me? You gonna stay with me for like, you mean, I heard you say you can't do this, but I don't exactly understand what this is. What do you mean?
Like, will you still love me? In the next moment, he just is always singing that. He basically is trying again to just have her validate him, and she won't do it. Like when he's like, do you love me? Earlier on in the car, she literally was like, and that was enough for him. And now she won't even see that. She has like something on her lip, whether two things happened. Either someone like punched her when she was in prison and they were like, no stitches for that one, she doesn't deserve it. Or she like burnt her lip or something, but like, anyway, so basically during this time with this cigarette, it finally gives her the courage to do what she's got to do, which is like cut the cord, which she does. She's like, I just don't think I can do a committed relationship. He's like, well, we can't just like be together again, like I said, and just like be together as I give you space. And he's just like, no. And then finally he's like, well, what should we do about the place and the car? And she's like, well, I can, I can give you back the car. About the place, like, you would have to tell me when I would have to leave. And it's like, bitch, you don't even have to be there now. You live at We Care. You're
Yeah.
supposed to be at We Care 24/7, so this place shouldn't even be yours anyway. He should just be like, okay, well, so have fun at We Care. I hope you enjoyed that last plate of like 2 tacos. It's like, enjoy your life. I'm gonna go. Like, I mean, honestly.
But it's like, can he get out of it? Did he sign a lease? Like, can he get out of it? How can he sell this truck? How can he, sell that furniture? He's gonna have to do a lot of like rearranging. If I were him, I would totally take it all away. And
Oh
just be
yeah.
like, yeah, but he's not even like, even in his confessionals, he's still like, I want to give her time because I
Well, she
know our
can
love
keep
is
the fake
real.
Louis with the
Yeah,
no
but
tab.
I meant the car. I meant
I
the
know.
bedroom. I meant all that. So like,
Obviously, I love you. I know you. I know.
oh yeah, if she can keep the fake love, the yeah.
Tabless
Um,
Louis, the tabless Louis.
yeah, I would have snatched that phone back too, but that's me. So he's like, well, was it only a prison thing? And she just couldn't even, she was just like, she couldn't. And then the producer asks her, who the producer was black. And I was like, oh, black producer. So the producer was like, were you using him? And she was like, well, it's not using somebody when they just give it to you. Like, we are all going to do what we have to do to get by and get our toiletries and shit. But like, all I did was say I needed this. I didn't promise him anything, and he just gave it to me. So why wouldn't I take it? I'm from the streets, so
Yeah. I've had a very hard life, like, she talks about her hard life a lot because she just like, he's babying the shit out of her, and she's just like, I don't need this. And that's why he's like, you just had never been loved before. And she's like,
yeah,
I'll
right.
choose
You're right. I
I'll choose
haven't.
never, and I'll never, I don't want it. I don't want this. I'll still
Thank
not
you.
ever do it.
Thank you.
This is not worth it.
Yeah, there's no way that someone from her worldview would be like, oh yeah, she's like, you're giving it to me. I'm not literally doing anything for it, and you're like, here, take all of my money. And so I'm gonna tell you, I want this. This is like a kid. Like, a kid's not gonna say no. I know I'm not gonna behave or whatever.
I'll stop
So
from wanting things. You've done enough.
yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Every week I want everything you usually give me, but you know what I would also like? This. I'm like that. I'm a nightmare. So let's move on. Who do you like to get you?
I don't know. You said let's move on, so you have to choose.
Okay. Tennis and Rob.
Okay. I am so scared for Tennis and her children when Rob comes out. He's going to be a nightmare. It's 18 years or 16 or however many long. It's too long for someone to have gone in prison a child and come out an adult. He's already in their business by looking at them through cameras. And it feels like every time he says something, someone on the outside, like one of the kids or her, are just like, what are you talking about? Have you noticed that? Like, he's like, oh, what are you doing in the mirror? She's like, I'm cleaning it. What are you talking about? The kid goes and sits on the couch, and he's like, you're not supposed to eat on the couch. And she's like, okay, you're not even here, bro. I think it's what they feel like. And then the son is like, I hope daddy doesn't come out try to tell us what to do and shit. I'm like, that's exactly what he's gonna do. You're the only people that he's gonna have control over.
Yeah, and literally he did immediately be like, I just told your sister, get off that couch, drop and give me 10.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine.
Why didn't you make
I've,
the sister drop and give 10? Now you're gonna do that to that little boy? It makes me mad.
well, I just kept thinking, what if someone did that to me? What if someone right now in my life was like, drop and give me 10? I'd be like, $10? I'll give you $10 to never talk to me again. Like, like, drop and give you 10 what? Push-ups? Push-ups? Well, you think I'm going to, in a plank, push my entire body up and down just using these things 10 times? Nope.
Well, think of
I
you
won't
as
even do the ones with my legs down.
Think of you as a 10-year-old, not as a
I'm in better shape now.
I don't know, girl. It is too much. I also the conversation that Tennis is having with what's his name, like Hebediah? It's some like real religious name. It's like
Hebediah.
Zachariah. It's like some real like cult Christian name. It's like Hezekiah. It's one of those names. Meshach, Shadrach,
Shadrach.
and Abednego.
We talk about them so much time. We like them so much.
It's like Theophilus. It's like something. I don't know that boy's name. Theopolis or something. It's some like. Anyways, that little boy, the way she's talking to him is like he's her best friend, and I don't like it. When they're on the ride there, I don't like it.
Yeah. She's like, me too. I'm nervous too to see him. That's so weird. Me and you. This is like, I know. What is this, like Mercury retrograde? Are we like Virgo twinsies? You're just like, that's your son.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's the older millennial in me that is just like, you know, parents are parents and kids are kids, and like there should be some level of a divide. But it just makes me feel like with that, he and Cheyenne are in grown folks' business. And as much as I wanted to be in grown folks' business as a child because most of it was juicy, I feel like there are some parts of me that are happy that I didn't know the ins and outs of things, so that I could not, in the moment, know that my parent was letting me down. You know what I mean? Because when shit goes wrong with Rob, which it will, when Tennis and Rob are fighting consistently or yelling in front of the kids or yelling at the kids, like she thinks it's cute now to say, oh, that's your dad. But as a mother who's been raising her children for the last 13 years solo dolo, to have somebody who she, in her mind, I guess, believes she's going to share the responsibility with, all of a sudden come up in the house and start telling her children what to do, and they start to complain to her, or she starts to get annoyed with it, like it's just it's gonna change so much. And it just feels like she is not at least preparing them on TV for it.
Absolutely. You know, and one more thing is that daughter is like 14, 15 now. That means like in like one blink, she's going to be like out the door. You know, she has like her car, her friends, you know, and so like if she doesn't like him, she's going to have an excuse to be the fuck away all the goddamn time. And she's going to be like, where's my daughter? You know, but she might be distracted, so we'll just see. I mean,
and what if he tries to like be hard on this? They're in Oklahoma. They're not in like some major, I don't know where they are in Oklahoma, but like, you know, it just feels like he's gonna come in there and just try to like command and be a man, and in a way that's might be harmful to her children and herself. So okay, let's move on to Shanta. This is a sad one. So we start off with Shanta again, another mother who can't do it. Now her son's name is another type of name that is something I don't know how to pronounce. It was a capital A dash Mar or Mare apostrophe capital JAH. So Amaraja. Amareja. Amareja. Yeah, 4 syllables is hard. Which, you know, it's not bad. It's just sometimes it can be hard. Amare Ja. Which, you know what? Ja is God. So I imagine that she put together two things that mean something. Anyways, so she comes home and tells this boy her whole business. The one who in the beginning she said was the man of the house. Strike number 17. So she's like, True lied. You know, he told his mother he was going to go stay with her. And when, you know, True's mother tried to get the truth out of him, he's like, I never said I was going to go stay with Shanta. I don't know why she's saying that. So now Shanta's got kind of mixed feelings. And she says that, you know, his family told her that she's got a lot to learn about True. And so the son is like, oh, well, that means I need to have a talk with him and whoop-de-whoop, blase, blase.
Yeah.
So they get on the phone and he starts like telling her, like she brings it up and he's like, man, I don't know, but let me tell you what I want to do when I get out. I want to have steak, I want to go to a sex shop, and I want to get into a bathtub with wine.
Yes. It's like, is that okay? I mean, is that against the law? You know, like she's like, well, I don't know about the drinking. And he's like, I just want to pick you up. I just want to pick you up and just pound that ass. She's like, oh, she's wearing like like kind of like black and white with like colored like gray, green and blue, kind of like she's wearing the kind of outfit that you would wear if you were going to like a art gallery opening. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Like it's very eccentric in
Modern.
yeah, it's like modern eccentric or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, oh, okay, you know, like he's just like really wants you to. He's like, no, I want you to like send me a picture of your face and don't like cover up. I know how you are.
Yeah. But we then find out a bit of key information, trigger warning for those of you. Obviously, you watch it, so you know. But she has given us a key bit of information that we didn't know to explain why she is dealing with him. And it's because at some point when they were talking, she actually was assaulted by coworkers. The way she describes it is that she was working, I guess, at a hotel, and she was working a shift with a coworker that she didn't really like, and there was a security call over the walkie for assistance, and so she goes to assist, and he was there with someone else, and they attacked her.
Yes.
And so she was at the lowest point of her life and was, not feeling like she wanted to be on earth. And his calls and them talking really got her through that. So she says that out of everything that's going on, like that has really made her not indebted, but she has a bond and a kinship with him that it can't be broken easily. And I'm like, fair.
Yeah, but you don't have to go into business with him and pretend that he's a chef.
You're right. But
I get it, and I feel bad
I
for
have
her.
never been through that situation. And
Sure.
so at this point, like, I'm like, well, that's fucking fair. Like, I see why you think the way you think. And like, you're going to have to go through it and live it in order to see why it probably wasn't the best idea. But
you're right.
I'm like, I just can't imagine her life and she was scared to go outside. And so she had a lot of PTSD and trauma from it, as anyone would. And he helped her through the darkest times of her life. And I think that there's a lot of people who have experienced that, and I think, could relate. So, whew, it's hard for that. Last couple is Ayanna and Jamal. Wait, can you tell me the thing that frustrated me about this segment?
Yes, that knowing that she had to be there at 11 o'clock, that she stopped.
What is Chris, my jaw, I started grinding my jaws. And I'm not even. Yeah. I realized I had jaw tension after her segment because something is wrong with me. I cannot watch. I cannot be late. I cannot watch people be late. I cannot. Yeah. And it's not even being late. It's more so just the unorganization of it. Like for her, it's like, well, I'm not going to be on time if my kids aren't ready. If I can't get my daughter's bag ready and make sure that my son is okay. And I'm like, you think that is the issue? The issue is that you knew you were going to prison. The issue is that you knew you could bring your own toiletries, which is like a godsend. And you didn't pack an overnight bag. What the fuck were you doing yesterday? Mm-hmm. What were you doing 2 days ago? Mm-hmm. How much would it have taken you to just create a toiletry bag a week ago? Mm-hmm. Go to CVS, get all the shit you needed, as opposed to trying to figure out when you can talk to Jamal's dusty ass. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then her poor baby doesn't even know what's going on. Just is not going to see her mom for 2 weeks and has no idea why she's going off with grandmother. This is 3-4 generations of women, and her mother is just like, you could tell her mother's fully given up on her. And I think that's got to make her feel some kind of way, even though she won't admit it. But this woman is going to say that she doesn't want anyone to see her real feelings. And that's her whole mother. So I'm like, what did your mother do to you? Like, that's also a thing, too. Was your mom too young when she had you? And like, fucked you up, you and your brother up. That's why your brother's been to prison. You're going to prison now, making poor choices. And so the mother's now making up for her mistakes with taking care of the grandbabies. Because I'm like, I just didn't become this person out of nowhere.
I know, you're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, like the baby just waves goodbye. She goes into CVS. She spends like 30 minutes. Her mom's like, this is taking so long. They're already late. They get there. Finally, they're like 30 minutes late. She's like, I'm dropping off my daughter to prison. She's just running herself in. Thank God. Just hope that you spend a long time in prison just thinking about your poor choices.
Girl, bye. You mean, bye, Mom. Thank you so much for taking care of Darian. Like, she has to split up her kids. Her daughter is going with her grandmother, and her mother is taking the child she already takes care of.
Yes. Yes.
She's lucky and so crazy at the same time.
I know, the little baby's so cute. I can't stand it. Little sweet little baby. All right. Well, that is the end. We've come to the end. All right, my loves. Well, we will continue on in the quest for finding out, is there love during lockup, and will there be love after lockup? We don't know.
A quest. Yeah. If you guys want to see the visuals of what you're listening to, please join us on patreon.com/DocuSweeties for $10 a month. We have a live every first Monday of the month, which is tomorrow. And if you're interested in that kind of content, you want to see like some behind the scenes stuff, please join us. Patreon.com/DocuSweeties, $10 a month. If you can't do that, Chris will tell you the ways that you can for free support us. But I'm going to tell you right now, our TikTok is popping. Go over to that TikTok and give me some likes, comment, hey Wah, hey Chris, in the comment section, okay? Chris?
Yes, we are at DocuSweeties on TikTok, like she said, also Instagram, also X with a 1, so DocuSweeties1. We're on Facebook, the DocuSweeties Podcast Facebook group. We have a YouTube. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our YouTube and like all the videos and give us 5 stars and a helpful review. And we love you. We'll talk to you later, okay?
Bye.
Bye.